like, comment, and subscribe. My turn.
Go ahead.
And subscribe.
No, turn on notifications.
Turn on notifications.
All right, we get the point.
To the end.
Say it together. Watching to the end. Do it one more time.
Watching to the end.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Ricardo the Barber here, and we have another haircut tutorial for you. In this one, we're going to be doing curls on top with a medium bald fade with a little bit of hair fibers. So let's get started. After picking out the client's hair, I go ahead and make my initial guideline using my 5-0 BGRC trimmers. So I'm going to go ahead and carve it on a pretty much like a little bit of a radius, and it's going to match the curvature of the head. So I'm starting mid temple area and I'm curving it under the occipital bone. So I'm going to go ahead and invert my trimmers and make sure I shave very, very good, because this client here is not going to be using the electric shaver, just due to ingrown hairs that they might have had before. So I know there's an issue. It's get into the habit of asking sometimes, because not everybody can get it done. So in this case, I'm going to be just shaving the back of the head. So I'm going to make sure I shave as good as possible, going against the grain direction. This way it all gets down perfectly to my desired length. Here I'm using my Oster fast feeds with a ceramic blade, and I'm going to go ahead and make my initial guideline with an open blade, which the lever is all the way open, cutting to the longest length, about 3/4 of an inch above my initial guideline. I'm going to install my one guard, and I'm going to keep the blade open all the way to the longest length, and I'm going to go ahead and set another guideline about another 3/4 inch above my second guideline. Now here's a time saver for you. I'm going to use my clipper over comb here, and I'm going to pretty much just comb all the hair out, the puffy area that I want to cut off, and I'm going to go ahead and approach it with my comb, and I'm going to tilt it out a couple degrees. This way I'm not cutting into hair that I need to stay. So I'm going to go ahead and pass the open blade over it, quickly chop down whatever I need very quickly and blend most of it in the process. Now whatever you don't blend out with clipper over comb, you can easily get with a number 2 attachment. Whether it's open or closed, you can basically just go in there and start fading it into the long hair, and you'll see all the lines that might have been there earlier pretty much disappear now. After that, you attach your 1/16 blending guard, alright, and you start blending down from the 1.5 into your half blade. Basically just opening and closing the lever as you go down. You pretty much want to close as you go down, but whenever you're cross-checking or fading certain parts that might be hard to fade out, you open and close accordingly. Now I take my guard off and I go at it with the clippers without any guards, and I'm going to slightly close and give it a pass and start blending down. And the lower you go, the more close you want the clipper. This way it starts blending away into the bald guideline. So just be sure to go over this area very good and adjust accordingly until you see everything all blended out and a minimum amount of lines. You know, if you don't get them all out, don't worry about it. You get them later after you do the shape up. So when you are fully done with the blending, you can add whatever guard you need to back on. Here I got the 1/16 because I got a couple spots that I really want to blend down and cross check, and this is a good time to do it. So that's what I'm doing now. Here I'm going to play this in fast forward for you because it's going to be the same steps all around the head. So unlike a taper, you know, I don't have to divide this into the back and one of the sides. This is all just going to be the same method all the way across the head. So here it's going to be fast forward. Again, going through all the steps, and we'll go over this time real fast, talk about some you know, some of the stuff that I use. You know, here you see me getting down with the Oster fast feeds. It's, you know, I didn't really care for this clipper until I got that ceramic blade, and you know, most of you who might just be using a clipper regular and like it, I'll tell you, you'll love it if you switch that blade because you can zero gap it no problem. Actually, it pretty much zero gaps automatically once you install this blade. There's really not much adjusting you have to do to it. So I highly recommend it. And as you can see, it blends very well into my zero gapped 5.0 blade that I have, which cuts super low. You know, it pretty much cuts like my trimmer, a zero gap trimmer, and it's on a, you know, the BGRCs. So, you know, going from a clipper that I didn't care about basically to my pretty much my #1 clipper, you know, I can't praise it enough. You guys should definitely, you know, I'll try to have another link. I had some links before. It's, you know, one of my top mods that I would recommend to do. So, you know, if you guys get a chance, go out there and purchase it. It's cheap. It's like, I think 10 or 11 bucks, something real, you know, cheap. I mean, I got a couple of them just in case. So, you know, definitely highly recommended. Same with my hair tailor blade on my trimmers. You'll see later on in the video, I have, you know, my blackout trimmers, that special edition, whatever, you know. They got a little more power in them. But that blade that I put on there, it is money. Not only can I shape up very well, they actually, for being a modded blade, they can actually shave without really nipping the skin at all. You know, I haven't really had any issues ever using them, whereas I've used different modified blades, and you know, since they put an angle on the blade, you can catch, you know, just the pores of the hair follicles and stuff. It gets caught in there, and you can kind of, you know, the client will feel it. So I'm usually pretty self-aware of shaving with a modified blade, but with the hair tailor blade, I've never had an issue. So, you know, along with that and how well they hit when you're shaping up, I highly recommend them. You guys go out there and check that out too. I've been on the website and have a lot of different stuff to offer, you know, and this is just me using them and liking them, you know. I never really get, I don't get paid to say this. I don't get paid to say anything in my videos. I just put out what I like and what I know works. So whenever you get a recommendation from me, I would definitely say take it, because it's from the bottom of my heart. It's not just, you know, there's no money involved. It's just how I feel. So definitely check them out too, because I think it'll step your game up. It'll make your haircuts a lot easier when you can dab a line in it and everything goes smooth, you know. So here we go. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and start the shape up. Right, this person's gonna get some hair fibers later on, but it's good to have an initial guideline so it's easier to put the hair fibers in. So I'm gonna go ahead and shape this guy up, starting from the center, working my way out, trying to keep a natural straight line, as you guys will see. basically just taking that, temple area down to what I consider to be a 90-degree angle. And then I'm going to lightly do this arch real fast. Not taking it in too much, but, making it a nice curve. Find a nice little happy medium area where, you could round it and it'll blend real nice, but you're not doing, too little, but you're not doing too much. Where later on, it'll also, in this case, it'll curve into the beard real nice too. You gotta find You're gonna continue those steps on the other side. You're gonna start from the center, work your way out. This way you cut the whole distance in half, and it's easier for you to make a straight line, right? You work yourself to the left side, come down on a 90 degrees and make a slight curve. As you can see, I'm lightly using this trimmer. It's not hurting the client at all. You don't see any kind of reaction. And, it's making this haircut, the shape up part, very, very easy. Make it quick work. Don't be afraid to go back and cut minuscule pieces of hair if it's going to help you get the line straight or better than what you got it. Never be afraid to always go back and check your work. So now we're here from the front. I'm taking a regular business card. As you can see, it's my tax guy. You wonder why I grabbed a bunch of cards from his office last time, and it wasn't to pass out business cards. It was for hair fibers. Anyways, I'm just kind of going over the shape up line, holding it nice and sharp to the line that I had before, hitting it with some spray, drying it off. I use cold air because there's no need to use hot air. It's all that stuff's alcohol based, so it'll dry real fast no matter what you use, and it's better to hit them with cool air than with hot air. So as you can see, it's darkening up that hairline real nice. This stuff is blown cotton, so there's nothing to be scared of. It can go on kids, it can go on adults, it can go on your grandpa. It doesn't matter. You're not going to have an issue with it. So as you can see, that business card makes a nice sharp line. You're going to spray it to hold it in with the lock spray, and you're going to go over the shape up again with a pair of trimmers. So I don't think I recorded that because you don't need to see it happen twice. I'm just going to go ahead and get busy with the razor. This way everything comes out nice and sharp right away. But before, we're gonna give him some loose curls, all right? So I'm just gonna wet the hair with water on this one. And before I use the sponge, I kind of went in with my hands and mixed the water around in a circular motion so it gets everywhere, which is why it looked different. And I'm gonna go ahead with the sponge and lightly curl it up, all right? I'm just kind of going my circular motions, giving like a medium type of pressure. It should feel like a massage to this person here. It shouldn't be something where you're kind of like jerking their neck and they're hurting. They should be feeling, pretty decent with you doing this for a while. So after that's all said and done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my razor. This is one of the higher exposed razors where the blade sticks out a lot. It's from Black Widow. So I definitely recommend you guys get that, or get something that has, the extra exposure, because when you're using hair fibers, it's easier to hit the line with an exposed blade, and you don't have to worry about the actual holder hitting any kind of hair fibers and pushing it out the way or messing it up on you. So this is an easy way for only the blade to come in contact with the skin and with the hair. It's while having an exposed blade. So I highly recommend that too. Alright YouTube, this is the cut. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully you learned something new. Hopefully you shave some time off of the cuts and make a little more money than you were the other day. Let's get it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully you guys watch this thing through and learn something. Share, and if you can, turn on your notifications. This way you guys get future updates. Alright, thanks for sticking with me guys. I appreciate it. Peace out.